Alright, so this is immediately after recording Homefront. I did decide we're gonna do Ghostwire. Almost forgot about the fact that I gotta do the Prelude first, though. This might be good, this might suck. It's 2 gigabytes. I imagine it's not long. So we'll get into this first, because I would rather know the backstory before playing the game. Even if it's in like a shitty, I don't know, bad storytelling kind of way. Also, these ones I'm probably gonna do about an hour. It's a Bethesda title. They take longer. It better not be that loud at all times, or I'm gonna have to sound balance this. Also, if it isn't obvious, I'm pretty sure this is like a mixture between a horror and non-horror style game. Super fast. I'm gonna be reading it. Yeah, we're gonna leave it there. I'm not turning it up. So yeah, I imagine it's just gonna be me reading for a little while. Rinko? Yeah, it is. Oh wait, I heard him say the speech volume. God damn it, Rinko. Erica. No one wants to talk about it, but it's all that's on anyone's mind these days. Mysterious things are happening all around Shibuya. Sightings, attacks, disappearances, fear. How is a kid supposed to be a kid in a time like this? Also, it's a lot quieter in this. Somewhere around there. How is a kid supposed to be a kid in a time like this? But honestly, Ryota never really was like most kids. He's not usually glued to his phone all day. That's a jab at modern population. The bathroom vanishing. Hell yeah. Ryota's concerns bring him to a mysterious case file posted online. It's called Kiri Gaoka Vanishing. I think that's pronounced right. He reads it to himself the best he can. Having tracked another report of dark fog in the area, I arrived to find it had passed, leaving dreary rain hanging over the neighborhood. At the scene, all we found were the clothes of a mother and a son left behind like two molted cicada shells. It's hard to even imagine, a parent and their child just gone, precious lives snuffed out forever. My heart sank knowing that I failed to protect them. It was the worst feeling I'd ever felt. As if on cue, the rain started pouring down. Heavier and heavier, it fell with each passing minute, but I couldn't be bothered to take out my umbrella. That's when the obvious culprits returned to the scene of the crime. A group of monsters. They had umbrellas of their own, as if rain followed them wherever they go. I was furious. I brought hell down onto them at that very moment. They tried to protect themselves with the umbrellas, but I was just kept pounding on them until they were battered and broken. I was so exhausted I could have fallen over at any moment, but my utter wrath kept me going. As I picked up to leave, I still refused to open my own umbrella. I just walked away, rain pouring and soaking me to the bone. Ryota's concerns bring him to a mysterious case file posted online. Oh shit. I was supposed to scroll down. Whoops, my bad. Unable to shake the idea that monsters are all around him, Ryota navigates on his phone to a document called the Maru Aochi Vanishing. The language is complicated, but he works to understand it. It says, I got a tip on a missing woman from Mario no. Yeah, I'm not even gonna try it again. When you've been a detective as long as I have, you tend to build up a big network of contacts. The story my contact told me was that they saw the woman one day when the fog rolled in. It blanketed the area, and then poof, she was gone. Times like these make me wish a certain somebody was around. Come to think of it, the fog and these disappearances set the scene for when I first met the rest of my crew. Everybody kept talking about folks just up and disappearing, and I thought it was a load of horseshit. It wasn't until I met him, and until my encounter, that I believed. Ever since then, I've been haunted by what I would have called hallucinations. Turns out, being able to see spirits and monsters isn't fantasy movie nonsense after all. Guess I should be thankful, because otherwise I wouldn't see through the monster taking the form of that woman. She made a bunch of red orbs appear that chased me around, but I knew so long as I didn't let myself get surrounded, I'd be okay. She was a nightmare to look at, so I put her out of misery. Alright, when I searched the scene, I spotted a woman's handbag, found the missing lady's ID cards in there. Then I came across some clothes that looked like they would have been hers. They were in a little pile, but the way they had fallen made it clear her body had just vanished. No mistaking whose handiwork it was either. I finally managed to get my hands on a solid enough lead to work with. In these posts, the kid had found something, or rather someone called KK, has been looking into the monsters in this part of town. I believe her just like Ryota. Social media would never lie, and that means KK is an expert, maybe the expert in all things paranormal. There's only one thing left to do. Having pored over every story, post, and grainy photo about local monsters he could find, Ryota prepares to take action. I'm gonna ask this KK guy. Just gotta figure out where he lives first. Sagasu. Keep going. Dear Mr. Investigator Person. Don't say it. I don't want to hear it. He doesn't have facial hair. Dear Mr. Investigator Person, hello, how are you? I'm not good, and I need your help. Monster has got my best friend, Sosuke. Rinko sits up in her chair. It's a woman, see? It's not the same. She's zoned in on one of the dozen monitors from across a makeshift command center stuffed into this cramped Tokyo apartment. That happened near the manhole. Please help me get him back. Data files across the screen, seemingly too much. Charts and graphs, maps and mathematical equations, even social media feeds and open case files. Somehow, through all the screens of all that clutter, Ryota's message catches Rinko's eye. Sounds desperate, but it could just be some bored kid trolling us. Calm and confident, Rinko insists on balancing compassion with skepticism in her analytical approach. On the other hand, that manhole is within the vicinity of several recent incidents. Maybe he is involved. She knows what she thinks, but she also knows no one can protect Tokyo all by themselves. Trusting your teammates is the only way to keep everyone safe. What do you make of it, Ed? Ed squints and takes a single deep breath as he turns to the screen. He has something to say but holds it back. Technology is easy, people are hard. Instead of speaking up, he places a small recorder on his desk. He presses play, and as the audio begins to roll, Ed turns and walks away. I've heard intriguing stories about so-called manhole girls in Japan, vengeful ghosts of bullied students said to trick other children into following them into the sewer, from where they never return. If any information turns up about such anomalies, I'd be keen to investigate. Though I speak purely out of personal interest, it might not be enough to make the rest of my team pursue it without further evidence. Okay, safe to say, since you somehow found the time to record something this specific about a single urban legend, that you want to look into it. Ed is already engrossed in all other work. He doesn't respond. He certainly doesn't notice when Rinko rolls her eyes. He rarely does. Probably best we have no idea how you spend your free time, huh, Ed? Erica's been sitting next to Rinko this entire time listening and waiting for the right time to chime in. Time is... Want me to check now? I don't think so, Erica. Could be dangerous. What if something happens to you? Seriously, you still don't trust me to go out by myself for 5 minutes in the middle of the day? At just 16 years old, Rinko might be right not to trust Erica on something dangerous. But Rinko knows that Erica has shown a maturity beyond her years. She gives Erica an almost sisterly look of skepticism. You know it's not that. Rinko clearly turns back to her monitors and away from Erica. But for all her maturity, Erica can't quite keep from pouting. Stop making that face. Besides, we've got our own private detective in the vicinity already. We'll have him take a look. Is it our boy? Whoever the main character is in the actual series that I haven't played yet? The stall is brimming. As a wide array of customers eat in relative silence, the only sound they make is the slurping of their noodles. The silence breaks when a phone begins to vibrate upon the countertop. The owner ignores it, choosing to focus on his meal instead. The phone doesn't care about his hunger and continues to vibrate. Phone wins. The peace and solitude have shattered. This is no way to enjoy noodles. God damn it. The silent diner finally glances at the screen, begins to mutter to himself. Another case. These people have me working harder than my enemies ever did. Can't even get 5 minutes to enjoy a nice quiet lunch. Let me guess, I'll be risking life and limb. That is why you let it ring for so long, too scared to pick up? You know exactly the day I stopped being scared of anything. The day you stopped being a loner and hooked up with us so we could have your back. Sure, that works. Besides, I'm not fool enough to pretend this team isn't half okay. If you need backup, you know I'll be there, no questions asked. I actually already volunteered, but right now there's nothing dangerous to be worried about. It's a simple check-in on a report of some suspicious activity that might be connected to these phenomena we've already been looking into. It's always the simple cases that go south the furthest. You know what? You're right. Maybe Erica should run point on this one. Sure, she's just a kid, but you're busy, so... Well, hold up. Let's not sacrifice the rookie to make me look bad. I'm already out. Send me the info and I'll get on it first, though. I need to talk to one of you about something. Can I talk to myself? You know what? On second thought, I've heard everything I need. Just point me in the right direction. I'm sure I can figure out the rest. Oh yeah, skip that dialogue. Ryota doesn't notice the people passing him on the street. They don't notice him either. He's young, but he is very much alone. His focus is centered on the small bit of paper in his hands. After a couple folds, the paper finds a familiar configuration. With a head, arms, and body, it takes shape. Palm-sized person sits in his hand. As Ryota inspects his creation, someone who has been observing him from afar steps out of the shadows. What have we got here? Ryota looks up. He's nervous, but clutches the paper all in his hand to stay brave. He's not running or hiding despite the gruff stranger staring at him. No need to be afraid. I'm not here to do anything bad to you or your little friend. He does look like the main character, but I don't have a name and I don't know what his actual name is anyways. Gotta admit, I've been known to carry the odd paper doll with me on investigations. Strange habit, I know. You get the benefits of a partner without the annoying small talk. Ryota's shoulders ease. He lets his guard down as he listens to the detective and re-examines the folded paper. The detective surprises himself with his playful tone. He's rusty, but he somehow still feels comfortable talking to this scared kid. Sometimes paper dolls are used for magical purposes. You a sorcerer by chance? Now's the time to tell me. So are you really him, huh? So you really are him, huh? Gonna have to be more specific, kid. You're KK, the ghost hunter from the files. You must be. I just thought you'd be taller. What an asshole. They say you solve strange mysteries, right? KK, maybe. The detective looks closely at Ryota's phone. He sees a social media post featuring photos of various case files he has worked on, collected in one place. Look, I only use those initials because writing out my name is a pain, and I got too much pain already. Not your problem, right? Anyhow, that's me, KK. I'm gonna slip up and say the third one on accident one of these times. But I'm not a ghost hunter, I'm a detective. KK's demeanor hardens a bit, dropping the playfulness. You wanted an investigator, kid. Well, you've got one. I'm so glad you're gonna look into the disappearances at the manholes. Here's the thing. I already did. Made some calls on the way here. There's no record of any recent disappearances. Still got a few friends on the force, so I can dig up dirt quick. KK shoots Ryota a serious look. Not trying to pull a fast one on me, are you, kid? It's true, honest. My buddy Sosuke disappeared. He hasn't come home since yesterday. The last place I saw him was right back here. Ryota motions to the alleyway behind him. He went down that way. I tried to follow, but I couldn't find him. He was completely gone. Ryota is bluffing. He's an incredible liar, a sadness that comes over him when he looks back toward the alley. KK looks back and forth. From the kid, then to the alleyway behind him. All alleys are dark, but this one looks like it's never seen daylight. See any fog when this happened? The moment he disappeared? Now that you mention it, there has been something spooky around, like a kind of fog or darkness, but it came and then went. Alright. KK mutters something to himself as he eyeballs the alleyway behind Ryota. Nothing looks immediately out of place. With so much going down in the city, some kid getting lost doesn't exactly seem like front page news. I need more to go on, kid. Why are you so convinced he was taken? Didn't happen to anyone else around here. But it did happen to my best friend. Sosuke's been missing for 2 full days. Has been looking, but no one can find him. What about his parents? Have they filed a police report? I'm the only one who really cares about Sosuke. I know he needs me. And no one else is even looking for him anymore, just me. He's lucky to have you. It's like when you saw crows circling above the building in one of the cases you investigated. You knew there was more to it than someone else. Well, Mr. KK, I know there's more to Sosuke's disappearance. I just need your help. Really did your homework, huh? I'm impressed. You're more dedicated than most adults I know. You remind me of my friend Erika. She's lost someone too. She'll never stop fighting for them either. KK takes another glance at the alley. Alright, show me exactly where the Sosuke pal here has disappeared. Ryota perks up. So you're gonna look into it? I guess. Still here, aren't you? I'm here, aren't I? Let me check in with my team, see if they figured anything out. Could save us some time. KK reaches for his phone. What's up? We're all here. Rinko. Oh, who? I just need a quick word with one of you to follow up what Kid just told me. On second thought, I'm gonna go with my gut. My instincts are usually right. Ryota? It's time to find Sosuke. Yeah, screw the dialogue, bro. I don't want to talk to those people. Nothing looks out of place, but things are rarely what they seem. KK slowly but deliberately reaches his hand out. He's not holding on to anything, but you would think that he is by the way he's moving, like he's got something invisible dangling from his fingertips. Ryota has no clue what he's trying to do, but he watches closely. However, what happens next can only be seen by KK's eyes. As KK opens his fingers, a sparkling orb of energy drops from his hand down onto the ground. It ripples like water in a still pond, energy flowing outward into the world. I take it that's our power. And? Alright. Continue. Strange trail floats into view as though a spirit has passed through this place. Psychic energy. Trail leads further on, deeper into the alley and out of view. Guess he went that way. Puzzled, Ryota follows KK's eyeline down the alley, but sees nothing out of the ordinary. What happened? I don't see anything. Trust me, kid. It's good you can't see. This is a power you don't want. And you're too young for it. To take a risk like that and change your life forever? The world's a scary place. It keeps getting worse. We're gonna find your friend and get you back to your life. It's a good question how long this is. It's 2 gigabytes. That's not too big. KK and Rinko are in big trouble this time, running like rats, desperate to stay alive with only a dingy old sofa between them and monsters. We'd better find another exit. Rico turns to KK and sees him holding his head. He appears to be in great pain. Damn, it's happening again. His body is reacting to the ether. As KK looks at the room, his vision begins to break in half. He tries to focus, but rather than reform, everything continues to split apart even further. Another hallucination. The world is breaking in 2. That'd be crystallizing ether. Crystallized ether. Another form of matter. Sounds like your body has entered the final stages of affinity. From thin air, like phantoms, these horrific visitors appear, surrounding KK and Rinko. Damn, we're surrounded. Maybe don't be. Mr. KK? Are you okay? No. I'm gonna pause it a second and look how long this is before we go further. That's not too bad. It says about 40 minutes. Longer than I would have anticipated, to be honest. Huh? Sorry, kid. My mind can be a little hard to control. You just kind of stood there for a little while. Sometimes my memories take me places. Hate to leave you alone again, but you need to wait here while I look for your pal. Sit tight, I won't be long. He's gonna die. A report on Rinko's computer setup flashes on screen. Ed's monitoring software has a hold of something big. The results are clear. Spiritual residue, and it's exactly at KK's location. What is it now? We just received an alert. There was a massive surge of spiritual energy at your location. Hold off on pursuing until we're able to send support. Can't wait forever for you guys. We might have a missing child in our hands. Got plenty of evidence. I know what I'm getting myself into. It's not far to ask us for help. It's not fair to ask us for help when you think you need us, then use your own words against us when you're too impatient to act as a team. We're in this together. KK decides to address one team member specifically to make his case. Never mind. I'll talk to you later. I'm in the middle of investigating. He never was any good at following people's directions. Attitude of his is precisely what's saved our hides on countless occasions. You don't think I realize that? Erika smiles, thinking about KK's attitude. It doesn't bother her. Yeah, fuck those guys. Damn, they're everywhere. KK's eyes dart between the two horrific figures into some incredibly strange glowing crystals that hover nearby. As he tries to speak, KK wheezes painfully. Rinko, what would happen if someone tried to touch one of those ether crystals? Your guess is as good as mine. Might give you the power to fight back. Might just make you even more miserable. Who can say? What about him? Did it grant him strength? Rico nods silently. After getting his answer, KK, without hesitation, stretches his hand out toward the crystals. Wait, stop. Stopping's not an option. Not for any of us. You don't know what will happen. It could kill you. And those things won't. We're dead if we don't try something. We aren't out of options yet. You've thrown away everything to fight these monsters, same as me. There is not a goddamn thing left to lose at this point. Before Rinko can say anything else, KK reaches all the way out. Grab that shit, boy. Yeah, it looks like they, got him. KK follows the trail of psychic energy deeper into the dark Shibuya alleyway. Away from the glow of familiar streetlights and vending machines, his venture into the unseen brings him to a manhole cover where the spirit residue flashes with an eerie intensity. This spot is clearly the origin point for whatever spirit is at the center of this mystery. Did they take you this way, Sosuke? KK looks around again and finding nothing focuses his attention on the haunted manhole. The spectral vision shows KK a lot more than he thought it might, revealing a ghost specter hovering in this dark and dreary place, the spirit of a man in his 30s. A Jibaku Rei. According to Japanese lore, this type of spirit is trapped in a physical location. Okay, Spectre, what's keeping you tied down here? The Spectre seems unable to answer him. Instead, he mutters as if distracted or perhaps completely delirious. Either or, maybe both. Spectres aren't especially concerned with politeness or clarity. Neither of us is going anywhere until we get some answers. I need to know what you're doing here, specifically at this manhole cover. Why haunt this place? I thought it was a kid. Just a kid playing around, just having fun alone. I wanted to make sure he was safe. So just being neighborly, eh? Yes, no, not making friend, protecting, but he wasn't. He wasn't a kid though, was it? There was something else, something lurking in those shadows. Did I die? I think I died, but this isn't what I expected. What was it? Monster. A monster? The Spectre points downwards. Underneath, huh? KK stares at the manhole as though KK stares at the manhole as though if he just looks hard enough, he'll suddenly see what lurks in the darkness beneath its cover. He doesn't have to see the Spectre nod to know he's right. It went that way. Before he could pull up the manhole cover and see for himself, a long shadow creeps in from the edge of the alleyway. Did you find anything? Kid, get the fuck out of here. Snooping around is detective business. You don't belong back here. Thought I heard you talking to someone. Who is this youngster? Only I can hear you, so don't bother. Only you can hear me? Well, sure, nobody else is even here. This is turning into a damn clown show, kid. I need you to stay here while I go down. It's not safe for you here. Not safe, not safe. Monster. But how do you know I'll be safe up here? My team's one call away. They'll get here quick if you're in danger. Weren't you just saying something about being in the middle of an investigation and too busy to talk to anyone? Funny you should mention that. I could actually use some help. I believe they call it client services. What are you calling, mister? Are they nice like you or nicer? Client services sounds more like babysitting to me. If only you would just wait for us to get there. You play the hand we're dealt, and juggling work and childcare has never been my strong suit. I need a little support. Rico sighs. A long, tired sigh of a frustrated person who knows that in the end, of course, they'll help. She'll always help him, just as he will always help her. And I have a perfect candidate in mind. Wait, I can handle this. This is just one nosy kid. Rhoda, not gonna lie, you come down into the sewer, you might not come back up. My record's pretty good. So you either trust me or we part ways. I only take on clients who have faith in me. What's it gonna be? You gonna let me go down there solo while you wait safely up here, or is this the end of our professional relationship? I guess I'll wait. You guess. Okay. I'll wait. Promise, Mr. KK. Good move, kid. You're a lot less of a pain than some of my other clients. Now to get down there and find your pal Sosuke. Yeah, fuck everyone, man. I don't want that extra dialogue. We're speedrunning this. Dirty water splashes under KK's feet as he makes his way through the still darkness of Shibuya's sewers. The further he goes, the darker it gets, but not because of any change in light. No, this darkness is unnatural. In fact, it's not darkness at all. It's tangible. Huh? Dense fog made of spiritual energy fills the air. Toxic, paranormal waste coats the ground and plugs the drains. But the air itself is rejecting him. This corruption flows between worlds and reaches around him, blocking KK's way. How long has it been building up right below our feet? Is it like this everywhere? As KK goes deeper, the Kigare only increases. There's definitely something here if there's this much corruption swirling around. Nothing I can't handle, though. Alone in the darkness, KK summons his power and... Oh, come on, man. I don't understand. Did I do it right? I don't think I did it right. Cleanses the corruption, returning the sewer to its normal state. That's better, minus the stink. With the Kigare now cleared, as if we were waiting for a moment of safety, someone appears. Sosuke, is that you? The small boy avoids KK's look, turning his back and picking at something on the wet ground. Splish, splash, splish, splash. Hey, you kid, you okay? Can you hear me? Are you hiding from something? Take a bath, take a bath. Come on, kid. This isn't the time or the place. Answer me. I'm not trying to scare you, but get to work with me here. In the vast darkness of the sewer, the sounds of KK's phone suddenly rings out, the teeny chime echoing back and forth around the hollow space. The small boy in the raincoat doesn't seem to notice. He must be very preoccupied. I'm close. I've found Sosuke, but I'm worried he won't. Muffled sounds. Down so far, the signal of KK's phone is barely holding on. He can only make out a few sounds and struggles to make out what words they might be forming.
Oi, oi.
Hello, is anybody there? Rinko, is that you? Ed? Erika? Who is this? Got my hands full here. The call cuts out, the phone going dead in KK's hand. Damn. Enough screwing around, Sosuke. Just like that, finally, as if called by his mother to come for dinner, the child responds. He stands up and turns to KK with his dead, evil eyes. You're not Sosuke, you're the monster. Yeah, I could have told you that from the silhouette that I was seeing the whole time. KK raises his hand and calls forth an energy that he discovered that day long ago. The day he found us back against the wall, reaching out and touching the ether crystal. Ever heard of ethereal weaving monster? Energy surges into KK's hand, green light winding and glowing, charging around his fingertips. The increasingly bright light glows, illuminating the tunnel. And in that moment, standing in the center of the tunnel, we can see this monster, this raincoat visitor, just in time for it to press a child's whistle to his mouth and... Deafen me? You better not do it. Ooh. As a stranger's fingertips lies... At a stranger's fingertips lies KK, now a prisoner. I need my subject to remain calm or else nothing will get done. Despite being captive, KK flashes the stranger with a fierce glare. You son of a bitch. Hello, my new friend. I'm keen to see how useful your vessel turns out to be. The stranger takes something out and holds it to his hand. An amulet, though clearly not simply for decoration, it surges with power. He looks from the amulet and back to KK and smiles. As the monstrous little raincoat visitor blows his whistle, he steps back into the shadowy darkness. Running away, huh? But he's not running away at all. In fact, he's only making space for two much larger, far more horrifying visitors to show up and challenge KK. I've been waiting to run into you again. Let's go, you bastards. One umbrella visitor is injured. An umbrella visitor attacks. An umbrella visitor is injured. An umbrella visitor attacks. I probably should have deflected there, but whatever. An umbrella visitor is injured. An umbrella visitor attacks. I need my subject to remain calm or nothing else will get done. Oops. You can die in this game? Come on, what the hell? Should have blocked that one. Attack twice, block last. Get it with 2, block 1. Barrier appears in front of KK. An umbrella visitor attacks, but its attack is deflected by the barrier. The barrier is broken. What do you mean? I was supposed to double block? Okay, I'll be back when I figure out the combo. I'm gonna cheat. The umbrella visitors are frozen in place. Only one stunned talisman is left. He's not gonna be able to attack, right? He's dead first, though, right? You're done. Fight now over, the sewer is oddly calm again. KK sweeps the space, looking for any clues that may be left behind. Why would a pack of monsters manifest their evil here? But then he sees it, fixed to one wall of the tunnel, a wooden tag, sometimes called a Kifuda. This must be what summoned those things. KK reaches out to take the Kifuda down, but his fingertips approach it. As his fingertips approach it? Eris, what the fuck? Rinko? God damn it, Rinko. Erica. KK feels a big, quick thump through his body. When he looks down, he sees someone else's arm stabbing through his chest. It's horrifying. Black smoke rushes out of his body. Look back up. KK sees a man wearing a Hanya mask. Gasp. As KK comes to, he realizes that he is in the tunnel once again. No, still. He looks at his chest. It's totally fine. No gaping hole, not even a scratch. Sweating, breathing heavily, his mind races. It was a horrible dream. Maybe a vision? He grips his whatever the hell. I didn't get to read it. I won't let him get away with this. So hard that it smashes into pieces. Oh, good one. At that moment, KK realizes he's not actually alone. Distracted by his fury, he had missed the approach of someone new. Who's there? Surprised, he spins his face with sanity before he can raise his other hand. It's the kid? Hopefully. Not the evil one. KK emerges from the tunnel to find Ryota waiting with the rest of the team. Ryota talks to Erica while Ed and Rinko review something on Ed's tablet device. I said ahem. Oh, you're back? Everything go alright? Alright, I just cleared a massive sewer-wide blockage of Kagire, and faced off with a pair of umbrella-wielding monsters who wanted to rip my head off. And I survived, thank you very much. Is that the sewer I smell, or did you get so frightened that you... I'm sure glad that no one got hurt trying to rush down and back me up or anything, but hey, it's okay. Looks like you two really had your hands full with... KK waves his hands, motioning to the relative calm of the alleyway. Quiet now, except for the sound of Ryota's boyish laughter. Is that all you have to report? Any additional data that you've gathered would be great to factor into the post-mission report. You know what? I think I dropped my notepad down there. No matter. I think we've got enough. While we were waiting, I ran some tests up here, and results were quite interesting. I'm excited to get back to HQ to review them. So glad I could be of service to you. Next time, maybe don't keep us waiting so long. The two of them return to reviewing Ed's tablet while KK knocks some tried sewage off his shoes. Safely above ground, reunited with his team, KK turns his attention to the original source of all this drama, his young client, Ryota. You were never going to tell me, were you? Sosuke isn't your best friend, he's your dog. He's my dog and my best friend. KK steps back nervously as Sosuke tries to jump into his lap, tail wagging. Oh, calm down, he just wants to be pet, jeez. Who'd have thought that such a tough-as-nails former detective would have such a strong phobia around dogs? Don't have to broadcast it, alright? Don't be scared, Sosuke loves everyone. Maybe you should draw the line at loving monsters and following them into the sewer. Ryota hugs his dog and gets a face full of licks in response. KK relaxes slightly, seeing how harmless this little dog is, but still keeps his some distance. Thank you so much for bringing him home safely, Mr. K. Mr. KK, what an adorable alias. When exactly did you start going by this new short nickname, KK? I suppose it has a fun ring to it, not quite so formal as your full name, Kit. Before we get too sidetracked, as the lead investigator on this one, you've got some paperwork to do, KK. Not sure what's worse, fighting monsters or filling out all these damn forms. It's obvious that you prefer the fighting to the paperwork. KK scribbles out a few quick lines, only Ed can read them. Hey kid, this is for you. Oh, is it a prize for helping you find the ghost? Almost. It's the bill. Ryota's face sinks as he's left holding the check. Lucky for you, today's work is pro bono. That means free. Consider this your receipt. I'm feeling generous right now. Ryota looks closely at the paper in his hand and says the case of the cursed manhole extermination complete. KK. Leaning in over his shoulder, Rinko lets out uncharacteristically loud bursts of laughter. Oh, now I get it. You didn't choose the name KK. Sloppy paperwork chose it for you. There's a lot in this life that we don't get to choose. Call me when you like. Not like I've got any use for a real name these days, and definitely not one of my old names. It doesn't matter that what anyone calls me so long as I find that bastard. KK's gaze looks fierce as though he is recalling a bitter past. Reflected in his eyes is Ryota, who looks pleased to have received KK's autograph. KK's expression softens in response. That said, I guess KK is not so bad. Take it we're done now? Yeah, I was gonna say, I take it we're done now. This is gonna be its own episode, and I think it's gonna set how long I'm probably gonna do the other episodes piece. Probably gonna do somewhere around 40 minutes. I don't know if I want to do a full hour. Those don't seem to do great. Also, I'm not sure how well this sets up the actual game. Obviously, I haven't played it. That's kind of the point. Prelude. So, I didn't gain much out of that, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like there were words and stuff used that I didn't understand very well in reference to the universe. So I don't know how well it's gonna help me. Especially since the graphical quality is gonna get a lot different. I think the names are about all I'm getting out of it, but it's still cute that they did it. A lot of game companies barely release their games functional. I don't know this one on launch. I didn't play it on launch. So, could have been bad. With the way Starfield's coming out, we won't know. Could have hit circle the whole time. Regardless, that's that done. There's no achievements for that game. So I'll see you in the next one when I actually play the real game. Be back in a bit.